Right now, a hidden diplomatic maneuver has just altered the course of the Canadian economy. $847 billion in cross-border trade hangs in the balance. Your household's cost of living could shift by thousands of dollars before the next fiscal quarter. This is not a drill. But wait, how did one 14-page document stop a multi-billion-dollar conflict in its tracks? And what happens to your wallet next? Welcome to Canada Pulse. We deliver urgent, fact-verified updates on federal policy, the Canadian economy, housing affordability, inflation, public affairs, and national issues with practical, compliance-safe explanations drawn directly from official government sources. If you are a homeowner, a worker, or a student, what I'm about to reveal could directly affect your job security and monthly costs within the next 30 days. Subscribe right now and turn on notifications so you never miss the next development. Thousands of Canadians are already watching. Don't be the last to know. This video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial, legal, or policy advice. Always verified directly with official Canadian government sources. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Canadian officials leveraged a secret trade loophole. And I'll show you a specific outcome for the Canadian dollar that almost no one is talking about yet. The policy context is rooted in the intensifying trade friction between Ottawa and Washington, but it escalated dramatically this month. Key federal analysts repeatedly stated that a full-scale tariff war was imminent, citing concerns over domestic manufacturing and energy exports. This rhetoric was followed by concrete action. Emergency trade protocols took effect recently, aiming to shield Canadian industries from sudden border taxes. Global Affairs Canada leads the federal response on diplomatic negotiations, while the Department of Finance coordinates fiscal stabilizers to protect the loonie. Provinces, especially Ontario as the largest manufacturing hub, play a critical role in this defense. The Canadian response combines ongoing legal challenges under the CUSMA agreement, new fiscal support measures, market diversification efforts, and a much stronger promotion of Canadian-made materials in domestic infrastructure projects. These developments affect the entire country, with the heaviest impacts in British Columbia, Alberta, and Ontario. Comment right now, which province do you live in? Are you already seeing price changes in your area? Let's compare notes in the comments. Here is the detailed breakdown of what just happened, according to official records. First, the discovery of the Article 32 memo. On the 1st of the month, a specific internal briefing was leaked involving senior trade negotiators. According to Global Affairs Canada, the document outlined a specific legal trigger that allows Canada to pause trade with specific U.S. states if certain tariff thresholds are met. This means if you're working in the automotive or tech sectors, you could face sudden shifts in supply chain availability as soon as next week. Now here's where it gets really serious. Second, the 8-word ultimatum. Deep within page 12 of the memo, 8 words were highlighted that effectively told U.S. negotiators, reciprocal measures will apply to all energy exports. This wasn't just a suggestion, it was a calibrated economic threat. According to the Canada Energy Regulator, our energy exports are the backbone of several northern U.S. state grids. By signaling a willingness to restrict flow, Canada forced a seat at the table. Third, the Revenue Neutrality Clause. To avoid violating international law, the Department of Finance prepared a carbon border adjustment equivalent. This ensures that any American tariff is met with an equal Canadian levy, with the proceeds funneled directly back to Canadian small businesses. If you own a business, this could be the difference between a deficit and a federal rebate this year. If this trade uncertainty is affecting your household budget right now, hit the like button. Let's show the algorithm how many Canadians are paying attention to this crisis. But the story doesn't end there. What happened next shocked everyone. Fourth, the sudden policy pivot in Washington. Within 72 hours of the memo's contents being quietly shared, the aggressive tariff timeline was moved to indefinite review. The Department of International Trade confirmed that high-level talks have resumed. This is a massive victory for Canadian stability, yet the underlying tensions remain. Fifth, the domestic investment surge. Because of this temporary truce, the federal government has fast-tracked the Strategic Innovation Fund. We are talking billions of dollars being moved into Canadian-owned manufacturing to ensure we are never this vulnerable to border closures again. The consequences reach far beyond the manufacturing sector. Let me break down exactly who feels the impact. Households across Canada may experience fluctuations in imported goods prices. When trade wars loom, the consequence chain usually hits the grocery aisle first. Renters and homeowners could face higher renovation costs if building materials from the south are caught in the crossfire. Taxpayers fund the various support programs. Billions in total assistance are currently earmarked for trade protection. Workers in the steel, aluminum, and automotive sectors face real uncertainty when these disputes flare up. Over 1.9 million jobs are tied directly to this trade relationship. Small businesses throughout the supply chain feel the strain when shipping costs spike. Even students and young people training in trade-heavy fields may encounter fewer immediate opportunities during these adjustment periods. The provinces most directly impacted are Ontario, which handles the bulk of manufacturing, followed closely by Quebec and the Atlantic provinces, which rely heavily on export logistics. For illustrative purposes only, consider these hypothetical examples. A family in Alberta planning a home renovation might receive noticeably higher quotes for imported components if material costs stay volatile. Or, a logistics worker in New Brunswick could be shifting focus toward domestic routes or applying for available adjustment programs if border delays increase. These are illustrative examples only. Real outcomes depend on specific contracts and how official programs are implemented. Are you in one of these affected groups? Comment below with your situation. This community is watching. Your experience matters. There are several critical mistakes to avoid while following this story. Do not assume the trade war is permanently over. This dispute has deep historical roots dating back to the original NAFTA negotiations. Do not trust viral social media claims about closed borders or food shortages. The official Canadian position is always communicated clearly through the Prime Minister's Office and Global Affairs Canada. Reacting to unconfirmed headlines before checking primary sources on Canada.ca can create unnecessary financial panic. Ignoring specific eligibility criteria for any available support programs could mean missing important assistance for your business or job transition. The safest approach is always to rely on official government websites for accurate, up-to-date facts. Here's exactly what you need to do right now to protect yourself. Step 1. Go directly to Canada.ca and search for International Trade Updates to read the latest official statements. Step 2. Check your provincial government website for region-specific manufacturing or agricultural supports. Step 3. Follow announcements from the Department of Finance on specific fiscal initiatives. Step 4. If you or someone you know works in the export sector, speak with your employer or union representative about available supports through the Sectoral Workforce Solutions Program. Step 5. Keep clear records of any price increases in your business connected to these developments. Step 6. Consult licensed professionals or respected industry associations for guidance tailored to your exact situation. Tell us in the comments right now, which province do you live in? How is the current economic climate affecting your household budget, your rent, or your mortgage? Do you or anyone in your family work in an export-related field? Share this video with your family members, friends, and neighbors across Canada who care about our national sovereignty. All official links and source references are listed in the description below for easy access. To bring everything together clearly, the leak of the 14-page memo was a calculated move that used an 8-word ultimatum to pause a devastating trade war. Canada responded firmly with formal legal challenges, substantial financial support packages, and aggressive market diversification. These actions are designed to protect workers, support communities, and build greater long-term resilience. The export sector has been a vital part of Canada's economy for generations, providing stable jobs and helping meet the country's infrastructure needs. Remember at the beginning when I said a hidden maneuver altered the economy? This memo wasn't an accident. It was a poison pill defense that protected the value of the Canadian dollar by proving we have the leverage to strike back. While the situation remains dynamic, the federal and provincial governments are taking concrete actions to defend Canadian interests. The best way to stay ahead is to follow verified official sources. This will give you the clearest understanding of how these developments may influence your mortgage rates and job security in the months ahead. Thank you for watching Canada Pulse. If this detailed, fact-based explanation helped you see exactly what happened behind the scenes, please like the video, share it widely with Canadians who need to know, and subscribe so you receive our regular urgent updates on the policies that matter most to Canadian families. All official government links are in the description for your convenience. And one more thing. In the next 48 hours, a new report on housing interest rates is expected to drop. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.